Hello, this is Greg at Reserve My Court, and I want to show you today a new feature that we just rolled out, which is an improvement on the Pro Shop area. We've already had that area on the site, and it's been a feed from Tennis Warehouse, our partner, and that's still there, but we've now added some components to let you also add your own local items, and that could be one-off items like a tennis club T-shirt or something like that. But more likely, it's going to be things that are like our subscriptions to memberships that you may have and need for your to collect fees for your users. So we now have the capability of putting that in here and doing that on your own. So I want to show you how you go about doing that. So I'm logged in here and I'm gonna go to the club settings, and you'll notice this new area here called Pro Shop. And if I pop that open, I've got two options here. And when you first get there, it's going to be set up like this with your local pro shop turned off. A lot of our clubs won't be using this feature, so that's the default. And then the default will also include the Tennis Warehouse feed will already be there. But you can just check this box and save that, and that's going to now give you the opportunity to add new items into your pro shop. So I'm going to go now under Pro Shop, which is also now in a little bit of a different area. Instead of being at the top, it's underneath your club. So if you're a member of multiple clubs, you're going to see this listed under each club. So I'm going to go to the Pro Shop here. And what you're going to see when you first get there is you're going to get this message that says you have to have a Stripe account. And Stripe is our partner that handles all credit card transactions and our own subscriptions. The subscriptions you have to our service, they handle all that. And so you'll definitely need to set that up. I'm not going to walk through that here, but you'll just click this link and then another link, and that's going to carry you out to Stripe where you would set up your account. You'll put in information about your business, your tax information, bank account information. And that way, when someone purchases a product, you'll make sure that payment gets funneled to you. I'm going to just set that off up on the side over here real quick. And I'm just going to do a refresh here. Once I get that Stripe account set up, let me do a refresh here. And now you're going to notice that it says no items set up by your club. So your Stripe account is there now, but you don't have any items set up yet. And while we're talking about Stripe, just a point to note, obviously, like any card transaction company, they do have some fees associated with those transactions. That currently, I believe, is 2.9% and 30 cents. You can always get that current information off Stripe.com, and we charge 2%. And so, all in all, it's going to be close to, say, 5% of your transaction, depending on the size of that transaction. So, but anyway, once you're here, you're going to have some admin functions here now, including this add button. So I'm going to go in and show you how you add an item. And so let's start out with something easy. Maybe, like I said, you've got a club T-shirt or something like that. You can put in a description if you want. I'm not going to do that on this one. And give it a price. So we'll say $15. And of course, that item is not repeating and it's not required of any users. And so I'm just going to go down here now and pick that and make that purchase, or I'll make that addition, sorry. And then, so that item's going to go in and now show up here. I'm going to create one more just so you can see how this looks. If I want to create something that's, say, a repeating required, or I'm sorry, repeating subscription type item. So let's call this, say, outside membership, and maybe you charge your outside members every month. I'll give this one a picture, and maybe we charge them $20 a month, and repeat fee, yes, that'll be every month. And in this case, hey, we're going to say that this is outside, we're going to require this, and what that means is I'm going to select a role, and I'm going to, in this case, I've set up a role called outside member. So if you have a role that you set up, whatever you want to call it, in this case, I called it outside member, and that role, anybody who's assigned that role now, they're going to have this membership purchased and active in order for them to reach the court schedule and the reservations, make reservations. So I'm just going to go in and add that in now. And once that goes in, once that's in there, anybody again that has that role assigned to them, and you can do multiple roles there, by the way, they're going to have that in order to get to the club schedule and make reservations. So that's what that looks like. I'm going to log out real quick and we're going to go over and have a look at what it looks like for a regular user. Okay, so I'm going to log in now with just a regular user account, not an admin account. So you can see again what a regular user sees, and it looks similar. It just doesn't have some of the admin buttons and components we were looking at before. So when I go to the Pro Shop now, you're going to see the same items listed. Obviously, the Tennis Warehouse stuff is still here, but just none of this admin functions. And so as a user now, I can make these purchases if I want. So I can add these things to my cart. My cart starts to show up here. Of course, I can still remove them from the cart here. I can go, once I'm at the cart, I can make adjustments to the quantity. I can use a different card if I want, or use the existing card I have on file. So let's just go ahead and we'll make a purchase here. We can change the quantity. Maybe I'm going to get 2 t-shirts and an outside membership. So I'm going to buy that. And that transaction will go through, and all of that will show up over. So this is $30 plus a $20, right? So what we're going to see if I go over to your Stripe account, once this is done, you'll see those transactions show up over here. So I'm just going to go look at this for a second, refresh this. This is what kind of what your Stripe account would look like once you were logged into that. And here you're going to see a whole string of transactions. Obviously, been doing some testing on this, so but today, here are the ones I just did, the $30 and the $20 ones right there, 2:49 p.m. This just happened. So, okay, so that's really that. I'm going to log back out and go back in as an admin one more time so you can see what that looks like as we look at some of the other point of sale features that we have. Okay, so logging back in as an admin now. And again, we'll go to the Pro Shop. And what I want to show you is, of course, here on the Pro Shop we were looking at before, even as an admin, if I wanted to buy those items that we were just talking about, I can do that as well. So I can go in and buy these things with my own card. But I also have this capability of going to the point of sale here and actually making a sale on behalf of other users. So I can create transactions here. So I can do that for any of my connected users. So if I have connected user selected for the charge type, then I can select from the user list, which of course for you is going to be a lot of all your members that are in here. Now I will tell you that the only ones that are going to show up here are the ones that have a card on file. So when you come to this list, if you're missing people, it's because they don't have a credit card on their profile, which is under my profile. So anyway, you can select anybody that has a card on file, and you can start making sales right here on to those for these things we've talked about. You can also charge a guest. So if you have, so let's say you have people that participate on tennis teams in your neighborhood, and every time they're on a team, they're supposed to pay a fee, say $15 or something like that. They may not have a Reserve My Court account. They may not be connected to your club, of course. You could have that and have them set up with a special role and all that, but you don't have to. They could live right here, and you could just go right in here and charge them right now. Now, one thing to note, though, you will not be able to charge them for something you've set up as a recurring transaction type subscription. So in this case, you would need to create something that's a single one-off item, like you could call it, team fee, and charge $15, and it would show up here. You would select that you want to charge them that, and you put in their name, their email address, and their card number, and information about the card, and then you can charge them. But you're not going to be able to do that for repeating things. It's just something we can't do unless they're actually connected to you as a club to create those recurring charges. So really, that's basically it. If this new feature has some interest to you, then please have a look at it. If you have questions or need help, we're happy to do that. As always, you can call me directly. That number is 678-428-5535. You can also reach out to me via email, and that's greg@reservemycourt.com. Thanks for listening today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thanks again.